You know what time it is. It's the big blowout show. I'm your host, RUBYREUBS. I'm about to dive into a topic that's been buzzing right now. Fat Joe's claim that Puerto Ricans helped start hip hop.
The history of how it
Latinos and blacks created hip hop. If you go to Wild Style, the first hip hop movie, you will see the Cold Crush Brothers. Their DJ was Charlie Chase, Puerto Rican. And you'll go to the battle that they had with Romantic, which was the first Puerto Rican MC. Ruby D was in there with the fantastic Romantic. You cannot eliminate the Latinos' contribution to hip hop. When you talk about breakdancing, we talk about Rocksteady and Crazy Legs. When you talk about graffiti, like it's every element of hip hop. It was 50-50, bro.
This has sparked a lot of debate, and some people even calling Fat Joe a racist. So what's the real story? Was hip hop started by Puerto Ricans? Spoiler alert, I'm here to prove that hip hop was started by black people. No question about it. But also I'll break down how Puerto Ricans fit into this conversation. Let's set the record straight. First of all, let's talk about where hip hop comes from. We all know that hip hop started in the South Bronx in the 1970s. It came out of the struggles and creativity of the African American community. Key figures like DJ Kool Herc, Afrika Bambaataa, and Grandmaster Flash laid the foundation. And on a personal note, I've had the opportunity to meet both Grandmaster Flash and Afrika Bambaataa. Grandmaster Flash was in the studio here in London, and Bambaataa actually came to my house when I was a kid. My dad was a breakdancer, part of Zulu Nation at the time, and even came third in the world with London All-Star Breakers. I've seen the culture up close. So when I say I have a real connection to hip hop, I mean I am hip hop. DJ Kool Herc, for example, brought the Jamaican sound system culture to the Bronx, creating the breakbeat style that became the backbone of hip hop. Black communities also brought storytelling traditions, funk and soul music that shaped rap as an art form. Hip hop isn't just music, it's a culture that includes DJing, MCing, breakdancing, and graffiti. While these elements were all pioneered by black people, hip hop grew out of the shared struggles of marginalized communities in the Bronx. This is where Puerto Ricans come into the picture. Now let's give credit where credit's due. Puerto Ricans were definitely part of hip hop's culture from the beginning. They were heavily involved in breakdancing and graffiti, two of the four pillars of hip hop. For example, Rocksteady Crew, a legendary breaking group that had significant Puerto Rican representation. Shout out to Crazy Legs. But let's be clear here, being a part of something isn't the same as starting it. Puerto Ricans joined in on this culture that black communities created, and they contributed to its growth. It was a collaboration, not a co-creation. The thing is, Fat Joe's comments seem to blur those lines. While he may not have intended to rewrite history, his statements could come across as diminishing the role that black people played in creating hip hop. And that's where the controversy lies. Now let's talk about what Fat Joe actually said. He claimed that Puerto Ricans were there at the beginning and helped start hip hop. That's true in the sense that Puerto Ricans were active participants in the culture. But the idea that they started hip hop alongside black people, that is just not accurate. I don't think Fat Joe was being racist personally. I just feel like his comments were slightly misleading. It's important to recognize the pride he feels in his heritage, but it's equally important to center the black innovators who built hip hop from the ground up. So what's the takeaway here? Hip hop was started by black people, full stop. The pioneers, the sound, the style, all came from black people, bro. It all came from the African American community. At the same time, Puerto Ricans did contribute to the culture early on, especially in areas like graffiti and breaking. Fat Joe's comment isn't about racism, it's about understanding the difference between participation and co-creation. We can celebrate Puerto Rican contributions to hip hop without erasing the fact that it was a black-led movement. Let's keep the conversation going, But at the same time, let's make sure that we keep history accurate. Hip hop is about unity, creativity, and resilience. And that's definitely a legacy worth protecting.
RUBYREUBS.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree, disagree, or do you have your own view or take on this? Feel free to be a part of the community. I'm trying to get this up to 1,000 subscribers. Let's make it happen. You know what time it is. It's RUBYREUBS. It's the Big Blowout Show.
RUBYREUBS.